Hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix, so welcome to Yacc, yet another Crawcast where I pick a game I played for a week and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is Kid Icarus for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was released in 1987 and it's a single-player action platformer developed by Nintendo R&D1 and Toe Software and published by Nintendo. And also there'll be spoilers up ahead, just so you know, but first a little backstory. So I have a small list of games that I go to when I don't know what to play, which often than not is all the time. And it's finally time for Kid Icarus. So the plot of the game goes something like this. This is all set in Angel Land, which is a bit inspired by Greek elements. So it's basically a story about good and evil. Palutena, the goddess of light, versus the Medusa, the goddess of darkness. So it's up to Pit, a young angel, to save Palutena and Angel Land and by collecting some sacred treasures. So at the start of the game you get the Kid Icarus logo, and if you wait a bit a text will appear prompting you to press start. And if you do, you can either start a new game or continue, and continue in this case is a password system. The first level of the game is 101, so you start at the bottom of a shaft and you need to climb upwards. So every time you jump the screen scrolls up a bit, and that will lead to many easy deaths because what once was solid ground is not anymore. And the enemies that you kill drop hearts, and the hearts are used for currency in shops. And the enemies are snakes, flying eyeballs, and the eyeballs fly everywhere on the screen. And a good thing about the game is that it doesn't have a timer, so you have to take your time actually with this game, otherwise you will die even more. And it doesn't help that the control is delayed and the jumps feel floaty, and after all this is a platformer, so you don't want none of that. And a bit in the game I found a harp, and the harp is used to turn enemies into mallets. I think it's like a thing you trade in the shops as well, but I didn't get that far. And once you die you get a password, so that's nice. And a bit further up there's more platforming to be had, and I encounter a Grim Reaper. And you don't want to interact with him or shoot at him because he will spit out small reapers that will fly all over the screen. But you can't take him out actually, and this is only the beginning of the game. This is the first level, yet still. And I almost forgot to talk about it, but this game is a bit like Popeye for the NES, so if you leave on one side of the screen you will appear on the other. And at this point I made it to stage 1-2, and in order to get any items from the shop you need to grind a lot of enemies for hearts. The only problem I have with this is that Pit's range with his bow is very short. There is also a bonus room where you need to shoot jars in a specific order in order to get all the items, and there's also a room full of enemies. You need to kill them for extra hearts. And then if you get enough hearts you can buy a feather from the shop, and this item is really useful actually. You fall off the screen and you get right back up again. And later up in 1-2 you have moving platforms as well, and combine that with bad enemy placement and you have yourself a really bad time. Later in the game there are actually wizards that will turn you into an eggplant, and there's a boss that can take up to 100 hits, and yes, there's a counter for that as well. So apparently stage 1-4 is a side-scrolling shooter where you go up against a wall, a literal wall that is Medusa. And I never made it this far, but I don't really feel bad about it because this game is super hard. You need to have a lot of patience. So gameplay: save Angel Land and Palutena from the evil Medusa and her minions. Control: the D-pad is movement, the A button jumps, the B button shoots, and the start button pauses, bringing up the menu options. Graphics. So graphics are really simple for this type of game from this era, and there's not much to say about it. Sound and music. Hirokazu Tanaka made the soundtrack for this game, and some of the tracks are light and others are dark, reflecting the world that Pit lives in. So the Medusa fight reminded me of something out of the Metroid games. It's something with that kind of ship set, and it's kind of interesting. Easter egg, secrets and glitches. In the newest Super Mario Bros. Movie, Mario actually plays Kid Icarus on his TV, which is kinda cool. That movie has a lot of video game references actually. And depending on how well you played the game, you will get different endings. And I think there are about 4 of them. So in conclusion I wrote, no, play something else. So this game is hard and it progressed from beyond that, and the controls feel floaty and jumping as well. And I didn't beat the game, I didn't get very far at all, and I didn't enjoy myself. And if I don't enjoy a game, then I can't recommend it. That's how simple as it is. So play another game, you will have much more fun. So anyway, thank you for listening and or watching, and take care.